Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.
This is the Arizona Wildcat Video Extra brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. It is our Tuesday edition, and we are joined via Google Chat by the great Jon Gold. Jon, you got to tell us your location right now and what you got planned for today.
Beautiful Carmel Valley, California. It's a little cold out, a little cloudy out, but heading up to Anaheim to get ready for some exciting NCAA tournament Sweet 16 action. I can't wait.
The Arizona Wildcats finally played like a #1 seed on Sunday, pounding Gonzaga. Jon, you were there. Take us through that game and what impressed you the most.
I mean, almost everything. Arizona from the opening tip had a level of energy that was really just maybe the best we've seen all year out of them. They put it on Gonzaga. Every single thing that Gonzaga tried to do, Arizona either did better or forced them out of. I think in the locker room, Gonzaga players really were talking about how they were almost blown away by what Arizona did to them. Quick turnovers. I think, 21 turnovers, something like that. That in turn led to 24 assists, overall 26 fast break points. Arizona really, really got out and played. I'm not going to call it perfect basketball because I think they still have a really high ceiling, but overall, maybe the best I've seen them play.
Sure. Jon, who was the best player on the floor Sunday? Because I have a theory, and I want to see if you buy into it.
I think Aaron Gordon was the best player on the floor in terms of his production. I mean, 18 points. I want to say, I don't know if I have the numbers right, but I think it was 5 blocks, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, something like that. Really just overall, he was all over the court. And again, going back to that energy thing, Arizona has at times, I think, expended a little too much energy defensively. And they've gotten maybe a little lackadaisical on offense. They didn't do that on Sunday whatsoever. And so I don't know. I'm saying Aaron Gordon. How about you?
I would say Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. Same kind of thing. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He had a couple blocks and steals in there. These are 2 players, though, Jon. You know, the big takeaway all year was, hey, they're freshmen. As this season kind of turns into March, it seems as if they're growing leaps and bounds with almost every game.
Yeah, at a certain point, they came in with talent and they came in with athletic ability. But at a certain point, their maturity, I don't know if it's caught up yet because I still think they are more talented and more athletic than they are mature and savvy. But they are making veteran moves now on the floor. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson had at least 2 rebounds that were simply positioning rebounds. They weren't, his crazy jumping ability. It wasn't boxing out. It was knowing where to be, and the ball fell to him. That Aaron Gordon tip-in dunk, or the putback dunk, I should say, that is not a freshman move. A freshman move is to not even be anywhere near the ball in that case, and he was right on top of it and pounced. You're looking at a team now that already had pretty good experience. T.J. McConnell, Nick Johnson, those are veteran players. Then you have the second-tier guys, Caleb Tarczewski and Gabe York, who've been around the program for more than a year now, and they're pretty settled into their roles. But once Hollis-Jefferson took that leap, and once Aaron Gordon took that leap, that really rounded the team out in a way that I think they, at the beginning of the tournament, I had them losing to San Diego State in this game. Half homer pick because I went to San Diego State, half San Diego State's good enough that pick. But now, after the way they looked against Gonzaga, I'm worried. I'm definitely worried about that pick. My bracket's probably going to fall apart in the next week.
Jon, real quick, this is the Arizona Wildcats Video Extra brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. Jon, we're going to change topics here just for a minute. San Diego State has gone from maybe the worst basketball program in America to a Sweet 16 team, possibly an Elite 8 team if they can win on Thursday. What in the name of Jim Brandenburg has gone on there at Montezuma Mesa to make them now one of the West's top 2 or 3 basketball powers?
Wasn't Fred Trinkle.
That's a great joke right there. I like that. Yeah.
What's happened is, and this is kind of what I'm writing about today for our special section, is that Steve Fisher's done things the right way. I think in his past he's been criticized a lot for the things that happened around him, and who knows, maybe his culpability in the Ed Martin scandal at Michigan or anything that happened there, and we don't really know. But all we do know is once he got to San Diego State, he signed a 7-year contract. Sorry, I shook the table a little bit. He signed a 7-year contract and really seemed to, from the get-go to understand he was in there for the long haul, that it was likely his last job. He's built things up in a way. I mean, we're talking, I went to San Diego State from 2002 to 2007, coming right after their miraculous Mountain West Conference tournament run in 2001-2 that led them to the NCAA tournament. They made it to one when I was there, and that was a Brandon Heath team that was a good team. Since then, I don't think they've been out of the postseason. A couple NITs to start, but really he's built the program up almost like a pyramid, to where now you're looking at a program that's, I mean, it's more than a regional program. A win on Thursday, that makes them a national program, and I think they realize that, and I think they want that.
Absolutely. Jon, great stuff as always. For Jon Gold, I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, saying we'll talk again later this week when Arizona and San Diego State play for the Tony Clark Trophy. Tony Clark, of course, Jon, you know this, one of 2 players ever to play for both Arizona and San Diego State.
Isn't it the Travis Hanauer plaque?
Also the Travis Hanauer plaque.
Trophy or the Travis Hanauer plaque?
Oh, God, it's terrible that we have time restrictions, Jon, because we go back and forth on this all day. Anyway, Johnny, we'll check in here in a couple of days. Thanks for checking in with us from San Diego. And get on up to Anaheim. There's a big game coming on Thursday, okay?
Yeah, man. Thanks so much.
How about that? Bye.